I wanted to talk about the law that's going on in the YSL case. I noticed that the prosecutor and the lawyer was going together. I just learned that out over the news, and I really wanted to speak on how the prosecutor and the lawyers is actually good friends. Some of them be hanging out together. Some of them be doing a lot of legal work together. And I notice how they are all in the same pool. That's why I was talking about this a few weeks ago on how that they can stop this and how this thing is an epidemic. It's like cancer. You got to get cancer out of the system. How could an officer of the law, which is a police officer, he comes into the court and he put his hand on the Bible and then he turn around and lie? That's why the system is so wishy-washy, because you're actually putting your hand on a book that's been in history for millions and hundreds of years, and you put your hand on it, then you get up on the stand and you lie. That's why a lot of times those cases get overturned, because it says truth crushed down to the ground shall rise again. That's a Martin Luther King saying. And when you have officers, it's very dangerous officers, when you put your hand on the Bible, you swear to tell the truth, the holy truth, and nothing but the truth, then you turn around and lie. That's why a lot of times those cases get overturned years later, because when you get to going into those communities and you learning how to manipulate the system, that's why a lot of those cases getting overturned, because the Holy Spirit is not allowing you to keep on doing this for years and years and years, because you are actually putting your hand on a sworn book, on a book, and you swearing that you're going to tell the truth, and you get right there up and lie about the situation. But I wanted to talk about the case that's happening in with the prosecutor and the lawyer. A lot of those guys that represent a lot of the clients, it's all about money with them. They be arguing like cats and dogs, back and forth, back and forth. Then when they put you out the court or you have a recess, boy, man, you sure did a good argument on that case. Do you know that a lot of times they don't have jurisdiction over those cases, state affairs, but the prosecutor and the lawyer is so connected to each other with the judge that they plan a thing called triangle court system, which is the prosecutor, judge, and the lawyer. Now, I wanted to show you a document that Obama denied my clemency. He denied my clemency, but he did not, see that is Obama's name right there at the bottom right there. But Obama did not let me know that my clemency was denied, so I'm running around thinking that my clemency was still pending, and in the United States, in the college that was University of St. Thomas wrote me and said they wanted to work on my case, but I told him that Obama had my clemency still pending, which he had denied my clemency because, you know, Obama, it was 5,500 lifers in the feds, non-violent. There was another 500 that was violent. Obama let out 500, but he left 5,000 of us in here to die. Now, I was one of the 5,000 that he left in here to die. And when Donald Trump came in office, he made crack retroactive. Obama didn't make the crack retroactive, so he let out 500 lifers. Then he let out another 1,300 that was going to get out anyway. But when he denied my clemency and I didn't know it, I was thinking it was in, so I was trying to wait to see if he's going to actually rule on my clemency, which I didn't know, and then that kind of set me back, because I would have put another one in if I'd have known it, but he didn't do that. He blindfolded us. He did a bunch of things in the federal system to deny us and did not give us equal justice, because he knew that crack cocaine was actually 100-1 back then, but he made it 18-1, but he didn't make it retroactive. So why would you make a law that you don't make retroactive for the people to get out? And one thing about the crack law is it was racist because they targeted the black community. But it's for everybody, but it's target black community. But a lot of black people don't know. You let Clinton, you let Obama, both of them had 8 years in presidency, both of them, and they did the most damage to the black man in the federal system because Clinton was the only lawyer, the only person to ever have a lawyer inside of the grand jury room. Let me tell you that again. He had his lawyer go inside of the grand jury room so he wouldn't get indicted. Then he put a year on the writ, the anti-terrorist bill. He put a year on the writ so they couldn't come back and get him later on for those cases, allegations he had with the girl that he was charged with having sex with her, or didn't have sexual relations with her, and that's why he didn't get indicted. Now, one of the most other things is Hillary Clinton have a thing called the Clinton Initiative, which have $2 billion in it. Al Gore have a thing called the Global Initiative, which have $2 billion in it. And Obama have a thing called Promise Keepers. He got $2 billion. All of those guys are billionaires off of black people, lying to the black people and getting their vote free. Now, Biden is trying to do the same thing. He already got 4 years free. Now, Kamala Harris thinks she's sitting up there waiting to get the thing next because she said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be the first woman." Because Obama actually tried to be the first man, which he was, and that was a monumental thing. So a lot of people voted for him. Now, Kamala Harris is trying to do the same thing. Because I'm gonna be the first woman because y'all got to vote for me. It always make it so important for us to vote for these people, but they don't give us anything. Now, the most deadliest document in federal history is the 94 crime bill, which I have right here. This is the 94 crime bill. This bill actually was one of the most deadliest bills in the United States. See that? This bill crushed us. This is the bill that Joe Biden had. Bill Clinton had Joe Biden shopping it around to enhance the federal sentencing guidelines and messed up a lot of our cases and messed up a lot of our lives. This is why I say that we need reparations for the crack law by itself. And we need reparations for Juneteenth because you worked them people in Texas 2 years after slavery. You give us a holiday for Juneteenth, but where's the money at? Where's the reparations for those families working those 2 years outside of being released from slavery? Now, actually in slavery, right after Abraham Lincoln had Emancipation Proclamation, they had a bill that was the 40 acres a meal. That's why Spike Lee had a thing, 40 acres a meal. They were supposed to have an economical bill right after slavery, but guess what? They killed Abraham Lincoln, so the bill never got passed. But I'm letting everybody know in America, that economic bill is still pending, and you can hit it, but we need reparations from that bill on forward with interest. Now, if we can just get the reparations from that bill that would have got us out of slavery, we left walking and came back crawling. That's why you never give us an economical heads up to even go out and be entrepreneurs, because you never gave us anything after slavery, and we have a right to that money with interest from all of those years from that particular bill. Now, this bill here actually gives the government, every drug case that the government has, it actually give them $900 for that particular case. So every drug case the state catches on the person, they get $900 or $850 to go with that money to make it a federal case. That's why you see so many of these cases is going federal, because of the money that they get in the bill. Do you know in St. Louis, when they had, I think it was in Baltimore, where they had the lawyer, the police say, when we made $1 million off of tickets last year, finding a black man. The other guy called and said, "Hey man, you think we can double it up next year and make $2 million off of them black folks over there in where Michael Brown got killed with that?" So this is all about money. And today I just wanted to talk about that.